Right away up on me a through train, ticket right across Mississippi clean.
Good morning.
I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham.
Good morning. It is so great to be here in Iowa this morning, and even better to be here in Waterloo, where I was born. I think it is entirely fitting that we are here today at the Snowden House, the site that was once the Waterloo Women's Club. So thank you for being here. My name is Michele Bachmann. I stand here in the midst of many friends and many family members to announce formally my candidacy for President of the United States. I do so because I am so profoundly grateful for the blessings that I have received, both from God and from this great country, and not because of the position of this office, but because I am determined that every American deserves these blessings and that together, once again, we can secure the promise of the future for America. Because I want to bring a voice, your voice, to the White House, just as I brought your voice to the halls of the United States Congress, to secure that promise of the future, not only for our generation, but for the generations yet to come. I often say that everything I need to know I learned in Iowa. I learned those lessons at Hawthorne Elementary, at Valley Park Elementary, and at my home, which are a very short distance from where we're standing today. Because this is where my Iowa roots were firmly planted. And it's these Iowa roots and my faith in God that guide me. Times have changed here in Waterloo, but the people haven't. The people still have the same spirit in Waterloo that Iowans have always come to exemplify. We work hard. We don't spend more money than what we take in. And we expect to pass on a better life to our children. But the problem is, our government keeps getting bigger, and it makes it tougher for all of us to pass on our values and our lives to our children. And it's caused jobs to go overseas, and they are spending more of our money than we want them to, and that means that we get to keep less. So don't mistake my happy memories of growing up here in Waterloo, Iowa, as pining for the past. I recognize it's impossible to turn the clock back and to go back to a different day. Instead, I want this moment to serve as a reminder of the best of who we are as a nation and of what our values are and what it is to make America great, to recapture its best for the promise of the future. I want my candidacy for the presidency of the United States to stand for a moment when we, the people, stand once again for the independence from a government that has gotten too big and spends too much and has taken away too much of our liberties. As Americans, we've always confronted challenges, and our history is one that's been marked both by struggles as well as by prosperity. My younger days, like so many Americans, were difficult, especially during the years when my mother struggled after a divorce, but we made our own way. We depended on our neighbors, we depended on ourselves. It wasn't our government that we depended on for our help, because we trusted in God and our neighbors and not in government. Americans still have that same spirit, but government keeps trying to erase that spirit because government thinks it knows better. Government thinks it knows better how to spend our money. Government thinks they know better how to make a better life for us. They think they create jobs. They even think they can make us healthier. But that's not the case. We have to recapture the founders' vision of a constitutionally conservative government if we are to secure the promise for the future. It may have started small, but our voice is growing louder. Our voice is growing stronger. And it's made up of Americans from all walks of life like a three-legged stool. It's made up of peace through strength conservatives, and I am one of those. It is made up of fiscal conservatives, and I am one of those. It is made up of social conservatives, and I am one of those. And it's made up of the Tea Party movement, and I am one of those. Theirs was a demonstration of the Holy Scripture which says, "Greater love hath no man than this, but that he lay down his life for his friend." That's the kind of love we Americans have for this great country. We Americans stick together. We triumph together. In the words of Daniel Webster, who said, "One cause, one country, one heart." That's the kind of commitment it will take us to face these great challenges that are before us. But I believe that the great people of this country are longing for a president who will listen to them and who will lead from the front and not from behind. I am Michele Bachmann. I am running for the President of the United States. Together we can do this. Together we can rein in the corruption and the waste that has become Washington, and instead we can leave behind a better future for the next generation of Americans. Together we can make a better America if we stick together. Together we can bring the promise of the future. Together we can. Together we will. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Waterloo.